Hey everybody, Dr. Moose here. So we're back again with Muscle Monday. This Monday's muscle we're going to talk about is the upper trap. So our upper trap is this muscle that kind of goes right up in here into the shoulder. And our trapezius is divided into an upper trap, a middle trap, and a lower trap. And they all have a unique feature to them. But for today, we're going to focus on the upper one. Now, a lot of you guys may be familiar with this muscle when you kind of feel like you wake up and you've got a crick in your neck or you've got some tension in your neck. It's very common for this muscle to be, a little bit like spasmed in the morning from sleeping wrong or something along those lines. So what we want to make sure to talk about is maybe why that's happening to you. If you wake up regularly and you feel like you've got a crick in your neck, it may be more than just a pillow or your bed or something like that. In Eastern medicine, the upper trap is actually related to the kidneys. And so as we talked about in some of the other muscles, when we talked about the psoas, the kidney is related to fear, anxiety, and stress. And now, haven't you noticed that maybe when you wake up with that crick in your neck, you maybe have a really busy day at work. You might have a presentation. Maybe a lot of time coincides with some stressful event that's coming up that maybe your body is a little fearful of, or you're not really, feel like maybe you're not ready for or present for. So that actually is one of the contributors that can play into that. Or maybe there's something underneath that you just, you're dealing with regularly if you're dealing with this trouble like tension, cramping, waking up like that. Or if you have a decreased range of motion from left to right, our body has a tendency to hold some of that stress related to like fear, anxiety about the future in there. So that's kind of one thing that can play into that. And other nutrients that are really important for this are things that help to support our normal kidney function. So amino acids like arginine and glutamine, vitamins A, and then our electrolytes, so our sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium are also really important for that too. One of the things that you find is when people are really stressed, they kind of have these high shoulders and their body is really in this kind of tense reactive state where they're kind of looking for that tiger. And those electrolytes, especially the calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium, those actually help to calm our nervous system. So our nervous system kind of has two parts to it. It has our sympathetic nervous system, or as we like to call it, our stress nervous system. And then it has the parasympathetic side of our nervous system, which is our rest, digest, and heal nervous system. And so the alkalizing minerals like calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, actually help to kind of calm down that sympathetics and balance out our parasympathetics, or alkalizing minerals that kind of help to balance that out. So a lot of times if we're not hydrated correctly, we don't have the right minerals, our body's in a chronic state of stress, you'll start to see the tension in these shoulders and that upper trap. It's almost like a little U here where it kind of squeezes this up like that can kind of activate in there. So making sure that we are, that if we have some type of an unresolved fear or anxiety about the future, that we're trying to work on figuring out what that is and how we can process that through so our body can let go of the tension in that area. Then also making sure that we're correctly hydrated with the right electrolytes and minerals so our nervous system can calm down. And then making sure to support the kidneys with proper amino acids, proteins, those kind of things, so it can actually do its normal process of filtering everything out, and it has the raw materials that it needs to do that. So making sure you're getting adequate protein, maybe even some extra amino acids, arginine, lysine, glutamine are specific ones that have an effect on the citrulline, that all have an effect on the kidneys, and then making sure that you're drinking plenty of water and you're getting the proper electrolyte balance so the kidneys can filter and process how they're supposed to. So just some things to consider about why that neck may be chronically kinked up, or why every so often you kind of wake up and your neck's just out. If that's something that happened to you, something that's happened to you regularly, then these might be something to take a look at. Maybe making sure you're hydrated, making sure you're getting enough protein in the diet, and then also make sure that you're doing a little bit of accountability work with yourself and seeing, is there anything I'm like afraid of, anything that's creating anxiety, and then kind of working through and trying to figure out exactly what it is that you need to process that out. So hope you all find this interesting. Keep following us on Mondays for more.